I met Chris in 1984 when we were both 14 years old, freshmen in high school in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I really want to introduce this man, this person who was so important to me and so important to so many people around the world, to those who might not be familiar with him. It was very common for me to check out the front page of the Washington Post or the New York Times and instinctively look for his name and be impressed with the photographs that he took, but Chris was so low-key about it all. It was really important for me to go visit these places and to attempt to visit the people in the photos that Chris became so well known for. I really wanted the film to honor the work that he did, show the importance of photojournalism. You know, I always thought that we would have plenty of time to kick back and go through his body of work. I would love to, at this point, sit him down and just congratulate him.
No, they didn't. We were here.
How would you know? How would you know?
The healing responsibility falls on everybody. The thought that it's always about us versus them cannot continue.
You don't get this at any other school. I mean, yeah, they have music programs, but music programs are being cut, by the year. You might be lucky if you see a choir at another school. We have state-of-the-art facilities that, that really other kids would kill to have.
There are perhaps 500 alligators on Kiowa Island, surviving soldiers from an ancient tribe that started millions of years in the past. The order that alligators are part of, Crocodilia, rose perhaps as long as 85 million years ago. The specific species here on Kiowa, the American alligator, evolved into being about 10 million years back.
I'm not in trouble.
When are you ever in trouble?
Just staying out of trouble.
Just staying.
He had long had a dream, obviously. That dream evolved into a vision for Northampton County and the school system.
We know James H. Jones. He meant just as much to this small community, to northeastern North Carolina, as Martin Luther King was to the South and President Obama is to the world.
Until I learned to read and write, people thought I had no mind. Reading and writing are rarely taught to non-speaking autistics.
Okay, anybody else?
Our silence makes some estimate us as incapable. And soon we are left out of anything meaningful.
Okay. Foreshadowing we talked about. Can you think of other examples of foreshadowing in the story?
You should come out with me tonight. You going out tonight? You missing 9 o'clock curfew?
Yeah, and I told my parents I was staying at your place.
Ivy, you have to tell me these things ahead of time.
Well, are you in?
Yes. Where are we going?
I think they kind of speak for themselves.
I'm about to let you know what's burning my ass. This is North Carolina history teacher who was put on administrative leave after stepping on an American flag. Now, I'm not sure what's going on in that history class of yours, Mr. Francis, but it's not going to be long before a real American gets a hold of you, takes you back behind the woodshed, beats you in your cranium so hard that you're going to be shouting, glory, glory, hallelujah.
You've got to break away from Frank. You've got to let him go. But you can't. Yes, you can. But it's hard. Of course it's hard. But you've got to do it. In a way, you've got to kill Frank.
Kill Frank?
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. I just wanted to be nice.
People are just nice because it makes them feel better.
And you don't do that?
I try not to feel anything. What were you writing?
Just stuff about my day. Inspiration. I write stories.
Look at all that. God sure knows how to put us in awe of the world. Did I say something funny? What?
There is no empirical evidence, is there? No, just your faith. Capital F or not.
There's milk in this.
Just get another cup.
No, it's fine.
What? No, I paid for it.
Let's just switch cups.
मुझे अल्लाह में विश्वास है, लेकिन मैं रोज नमाज नहीं पढ़ती। हम खुले विचार रखें। अगर मेरी इच्छा हो तो मैं नक पर लिपस्टिक लगा सकती हूँ। मैं कभी पर्दा नहीं ढकती। मैं अपना कभी चेहरा नहीं ढकती।
You tell me what I need to know, or I'll take every last drop of blood from your body. What funny business are you and Daniel up to?
Life in my hands yearns to wither and die. Wind blow my ashes away. Don't remember me.
For my final illusion, I will need the help from another brave volunteer from the audience. Someone who is not afraid to get their hands dirty. Ah, perfect. What's your name?
Sally.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present our lovely assistant for the evening, Sally.
Loggerheads live up to 70 years. They reach adulthood around the age of 20. Then, sexually mature, they will hear the call to return to the island. Males and females swim back. They mate offshore, and females swim in with their precious cargo of new life.
Look, there are some tales that are good for tourism, and then there are others that ain't. The stories about Buffalo City are not exactly the kind that tourists are going to flock to, if you catch my drift.
I'm listening. She has an incredible creative gift. She has an artistic mind. When you have somebody in the middle of them who has the talent level but also has that humility and can build those types of relationships, that's what ends up being the connection between the entire group. That is what ends up being the glue that brings everybody together.
I have important things to take care of. You used to hang out all the time. What, are you gonna hang out with your mom again? I gotta get back to class. I'm sorry.
After like 20 minutes outside the Florida sun, he wanted to go and kneel on the concrete in front of the statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary. I remember thinking in my head, oh God, I don't want to do this. But then I saw him go up there and kneel on the hard concrete, and I'm like, well, if this guy can do this, well, I can do this too.
When I was an ordained priest, I met a young man, Charlie Manson.
همه این چیزا مال اینه که تو حرف تو گوشت نرفت.
شما نمیخواد حکم بدی. بعدش هم من پی فک اینو قانونی میگیرم ببینم خورده تو داشبورد یا چی.
حالا اینو میگی که چی؟ یعنی میخوای بگی ایمان زده؟ اصلا زده که زده، خوب کرده زده.
خوب کرده؟ مگه بی صحابه؟
درست صحبت کن.
زبوندار شدی. اون موقع که پاش وایستادی من نباید زیر بار میرفتم.
I didn't mean to wake you. I thought you'd be hungry, so I made us some breakfast.
Where am I?
North Carolina.
North Carolina? How is that even possible?
I told you to come and get me when she got out.
Ella me dijo que la esperara y yo le dije no, yo me tengo que ir ya porque yo no puedo entrar tarde porque ayer entré tarde. Entonces, cuando ella salió corriendo para ir detrás mío, para irnos ya para el colegio, a nosotras nos cogieron y nos pusieron unas capuchas y nos amarraron. Nos metieron a un carro y pues a mí me pegaron un puño y hasta ahí me acuerdo.
So I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Well, I will as soon as I get my sandwich.
No, I need you to leave right now.
I invited a group of very distinguished religious leaders from different denominations to share a meal with me, to have a conversation without any agenda, to really speak the truth. If all the religions here believe in one God, what is the need for different religions? Why not just one religion? Because we all believe in the one God.
I don't even know what this thing is supposed to look like. How will we know when we found it?
The blue-bearded boingo bird. There are only 2 left in the world, and it's our job to find it. Did you hear that?
Je vais vous aider. Vous allez m'aider.
I stopped sale in 1984. Handwriting was on the wall and tobacco was getting scarce. The area was dying and I just decided that I'd had enough. And so I turned this facility into a storage facility.
Well, Dee Dee, actually, Judith and I have some news for you. And I can't really think of a poetic or a graceful way to tell you this, so I'll just say that I want to become a woman.
Sorry I'm late, Nina, but we have to go to this mad, awesome bubble tea shop.
We're in the middle of a rush and you're late. You're not going anywhere.
I know, but...
No buts except yours, Jan. Get it in the kitchen now.
Okay. You're salty today.
What was that?
Nothing.
No matter what your background is in religion of any kind, you're thrown up against that moment of who you are, where you are, why you are. Now, if you don't want to answer that, you can do whatever you want to do. But there is a moment that has to be dealt with. And I think O'Connor's stories come down to that and deal with that.
How about you? I bet you like horses. Am I missing something?
Andy, would you like to follow Jackson's colorful discourse of an introduction?
Well, I'm Andy. I'm a freshman here in college. I've been feeling... I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it.
These companies come in and say they're doing responsible exploration, but it takes millions of gallons of water to run one well just to get it started. The reason why this is so important is that if we don't stop them at this stage, at the testing stage, and they find what they're looking for, they're coming back with even bigger machines.
Je voulais te le dire en plus, j'avais prévu de prendre des... C'est ma faute.
C'est pas de ta faute. C'est pas de ta faute.
There's only one way they got here. The Spanish galleons back in the 16th century crashed off Assateague and the ponies swam ashore.
And I will believe that forever.
Knowing that wildness exists has its own value. Even if you don't see it, you know that it's there.
They are part of America. They're part of our history. And they were here first. That house was not here.
You had armed bands of whites who were roaming the city and essentially indiscriminately killing black people. Among these was the father of William Rand Keenan, Buck Keenan, who I think was on the back of a cart with a prototype Gatling gun and doing the same thing that I just described. So it was really, effectively, it was a slaughter.
So I left Texas because I couldn't stand all the oil stuff and all the stench and the filth and the big roads. And I come to Virginia and I feel like a hex because now here they come. They want to tear my mountains up.
Just because you might grow up in different places, you know, you might be different races, you know, different economic statuses, at the end of the day, we're all kind of like the same, you know. That's basically what I got out of that bonfire with them that night, you know. They were all around the bonfire just like we do on our PYO trips, making s'mores, you know, roasting marshmallows, roasting hot dogs, you know, just enjoying the night, man.
For Virginia Ann Philbrook, from Salvador Dali. Mom, you were such a goddess.
Oh, Miss Rivers. And this has got to be Jenny. So good to see you both.
Some men come out to the place say we gotta come in here. More foolishness about this operation thing for Jenny.
I'm sure we can get everything all cleared up, Miss Rivers.